What's up, everybody? I'm back again with another video, looking a little froed out, but what can I do? um, well, I'm back with another video. Today I want to speak about goals, and visualization and dreams. They all go hand in hand. People have different ways of doing it, and I'll tell one way of the way that I learned how to do it and from what I was taught. Like I said, other people have different ways. There's no wrong way and there's no right way. You know, so I mean, there's just no wrong way. Erase the right way. There's no wrong way of writing down goals. Everybody has their way of doing it, and everybody has their way of visualizing it and acting about it. You know, um, writing down goals is key to success. If you want to be successful in anything you do, you want to set goals for yourself. You want to set daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, 5-year plans, 10-year plans, so on and so forth. If you don't have any plans, if you don't have any goals, you're just going to be running around aimlessly, not knowing where to go and not knowing what direction to head in, basically. um you're wanting to get somewhere, but you're just not. You just feel like you're not getting there. And I feel I need to speak about it because it's something that messed up with me for a little while too, because I would just just not really know really what I'm doing. And I started reading more books about goal setting. I started watching more videos about setting goals, and all the successful people all talk about setting goals. You got to set goals. You got to write them down: daily goals, weekly goals, so on and so forth. Um, and so what I want to talk about is talking about goals. When you write down these goals, when you write down specific goals, you don't want to share it with anyone at all. You don't want to share it with anyone, because when you set these goals, a lot of these goals that you set for yourself are going to be like outrageous goals. And it's like, don't feel bad if you're like setting marks for, like, I'm gonna by in 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on $100 million. Don't feel ashamed about that. Don't be like, oh, I can't reach that, man. You never know. You never know at all. And but what happens when you set those goals, like saying I'm gonna hit 100 million by so and so time? If you start sharing that with other people, they're gonna look at you like you lost your damn mind. Like, they're gonna look at your situation now and be like, man, you're broke as hell, dude. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Um, you don't know where you're going in life. You're just talking out your ass. And a lot of these people will do that. People will do that, and the funny thing is it'll be people who are closest to you that'll do that to you. That'll do that to you. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I've experienced that already. And so I learned to just shut the hell up and just keep things to myself and let my actions speak louder than my words. Because people will do that to you, and especially if they're not doing anything with their lives. If they're still in the same exact thing, still smoking, drinking, partying, and they're grown as hell, not taking care of the responsibilities, um they're definitely gonna try to shit on you, for sure, for sure. And I'm being dead ass serious, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat nothing either. Like, that's definitely gonna happen. You gotta be you got to set your goals, but you got to keep your goals silent. You got to keep your goals to yourself. Keep your goals to you and God. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing that's gonna make it better for yourself. And just prove yourself. Just prove to yourself that you can do these things. And any eventually, anyways, people are gonna start seeing what you're doing, and they're gonna start asking you, "Hey, how you doing this? How you doing that? Wow, look it." I remember one day. I remember just a year ago, your ass was walking or taking the bus, and now all of a sudden, now you have a beautiful home and driving a badass car, you know, and they're gonna want to know that, because they're gonna see, like, they're gonna realize, like, man, this dude was just broke as fuck, or this girl was just broke as fuck just not too long ago. They were just struggling, you know, and people are gonna notice it, you know. Speaking about your goals to other people, about telling them, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, it just becomes it just becomes like you're just trying to keep up a conversation, I guess. you know And not everybody needs to know what the hell you're doing. Not everyone needs to know what you're doing with your life. No one, honestly, no one needs to know what you're doing with yourself. You know, as long as you know what you're doing, as long as you're working on yourself and working on that brain, getting your brain right, getting your mind right, getting your body right, you know, because you got to be ready to accept anything that comes down the road to success, because it's not going to be an easy road. It's not going to be easy at all, because the first things first is not knowing what's going to happen when you take that leap, when you take that risk and go down that path of success. And it's not always going to be glitz and glamours right off the bat. It's not going to happen right away, you know, as long as you're moving forward and understanding that even if you fail 100 times, 1,000 times, it's still going to happen. Just keep pushing forward and do not give up. What I heard was, um, Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before getting or creating the incandescent light bulb or whatever it is. I'm sorry, I'm learning some of these words myself, but either way, Thomas Edison, it took him 1,000 tries to get the light bulb, that we have in our everybody's home. Everybody has them. Nobody can say I don't have a light bulb. Everybody has light bulbs, but it took him 1,000 tries. 1,001 was the one that created the light bulb. He didn't give up after 1,000 tries. How many people can really say that they kept pushing even though they failed 1,000 times? Not a lot of people can, and that's where it separates. That's where they separate the boys from the men, and that's just a phrase, a metaphor, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then you're like visualizing is the key right there, because if you could see yourself living that life, if you could see yourself having all those lovely things that you want, like I'll just throw this out there, like a 5 bedroom house, 4 bathrooms, a basketball court in your backyard, full court basketball court, tennis court, a badass pool that you can have some cool pool parties for you and your family, things of that nature, a 6-car garage, with all your beautiful cars that you wanted for you, your wife, things like that. If you could visualize yourself doing those things, like living those things, whatever shit that you're going through now will not be anything, because you already know where you're headed to. That's another thing about keeping things to yourself, because once you tell people things like that, and that's not part of my dreams. I'm just throwing a random thing out there. But once you tell people about things like that, they're gonna be like, dude, you will never get that. You will never get that. You didn't even finish high school. You didn't even go to college. Dude, you ain't gonna get that. That's what people will tell you, and then you're gonna start sitting there letting them thoughts get into your head. And thoughts are powerful, either way it goes, whether it's your thoughts or somebody else's thoughts. But you have to be able to be strong enough to accept the thoughts, or be like, you know what, that's your opinion, and you can believe what you want to believe. Until you start believing it, it will never be possible. And it's like, just like with believing in God, having faith that God got you, but then not fully believing that he got you, it's not going to work, because you didn't put all your faith into God. You know what I'm saying? And then dreams, that it's the same. It's goals and vision, like your visualization. That's what creates your dreams. When you start having dreams, like when you're sleeping and you start having dreams about you living like that, man, you know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and you can't give up. You cannot give up, no matter what happens in your life. No matter if your lady leaves you, no matter if your man leaves you in the middle of a long ass relationship, you got kids with this person, and you just feel like it's all over, you know, that's the time right there that creates the diamonds. That's that pressure. That pressure, it gets you. It can make you or break you. But like I tell my daughter, she's 9, and I try to tell her, I try to like inform her about things, not point where to the point where I like believe in things, but to the point where like getting her on her dream path, and like asking her like what is it that you want to do with your life, what is it that you would love to be when you grow up, and just when you grow up, when you're out of the house or whatever, it doesn't even matter. Not even out of the house. I never said that to her. I don't know why I said that. But anyways, when she's older, and I asked her, and what she told me was she wants to be a volcano scientist. And I told her, I was like, all right. I was like, that sounds awesome. I was like, that's a beautiful thing because, then you get to travel, and you get to learn at the same time. And that's amazing, And I told her one thing though. I was like, it's gonna be hard ass work. It's gonna be hard work. But if you really, really, really want this, none of that work that you're doing is going to matter to you because you know what the end goal is. You know what you're headed to, And I try to tell her a story about a path you can choose. There's like that picture that everybody sees. I don't know who the artist is. I'm not going to sit there and throw out random names. I don't know who the artist is, but everyone has seen this. Even my 9-year-old knows about it. It's a picture of a person standing in a fork road, and there's one path is dark gray, bumpy as hell, cracks in the road, and it looks like in some pictures you see like it'll be like fire in the building, meaning like destruction. That's the path of self-destruction. And then the other one it'll be a little cloudy, and then the road would still be a little bumpy. There'll be cracks in the road still too. But then once you get past all of that, it becomes sunny. There's mountains, the grass is green, the sun is blinging, there's a rainbow, things like that. And I try to tell her, I'm like, no matter what you're going after, it's gonna be a tough road. It's gonna be the hardest road, and you're gonna want to end up giving up. And that's the point right there that's gonna make you or break you. And you cannot give up on any of your dreams, on none of them. Because once you give up on your dreams, you give up on yourself. Once you give up on yourself, you give up on everything else in life. And then you just become a lost soul, basically. And I mean that in the kindest of way, you know. And I'll tell her these things. And man, she sits there reading, she sits there wanting to learn things, and it keeps her going, And it's like I want to be able to motivate people, but I got to show her with myself that no matter what happens, you can still reach your goals as long as you keep pushing forward. And that's what I try to prove to her and to my kids in general, because I mean, at the end of the day, the kids are the ones that look up to us. That's why a lot of us who didn't like really learn too much, like didn't get that proper education, basically. They learn from their parents, and end up living the same exact way that their parents are living, you know. And it's like no disrespect to anybody's parents, and it's not their fault at all, but we mirror them. We learn from them without them even wanting to teach us or teaching us in general. We just learn from them. We see what they're doing and we do the same thing. We follow in that same exact path. So what if we can just change that around and get the kids now to see from us, and us going after our dreams, after our goals. And no matter how hard this life can get, we still go for them because that's what it is. Because you can never give up on life. You can never give up on life at all. At all. And that's one thing I like to teach other people, and a lot of people don't want to listen to me, and I get it 100% because they look at me, they're like, dude, who the hell are you? Who the hell are you to tell me? And I get it. 100%, man. I was definitely naive, and I was definitely like ignorant to everything else that's going on around me, thinking that there was no way out. And I'll be the first one to tell you, man, there's always a way out, you know. And and I'm not saying the sell out type out, because you could still become extremely wealthy without selling out. You got to stay true to yourself, and especially true to these kids. These kids are the ones that look up to us the most. They really do. They really do. And so if they see us, like, if they see you chasing your dreams, these kids will not give up on their dreams. So it's like we can't be hypocrites and tell them, man, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to go to college, you got to go become a doctor, a lawyer, and we can't tell them that when you ain't doing shit with your life. How the hell you expect your kid to be successful and happy in life if you ain't even doing it? So we got to teach them because they learn from us. I see it firsthand. I got kids, so I'm not saying it just to be an idiot just rambling off. I'm being dead ass serious. I keep going after my shit no matter what. I dropped out of high school. I don't have a high school diploma. I don't even got a damn GED. I got locked up and I caught a felony when I was younger. You understand? I didn't go to college. I didn't do any of that. But I'm not letting none of that shit hold me back. None of it. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I damn sure ain't stupid. I'm not naive, and I am not gonna let somebody tell me what I need to do with my life at all. I'm not gonna continue working for another person, and then teach my kids that that's what they gotta do. Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm gonna teach my kids by what I do and create my own business. That way it could teach them to create their own shit. And if they don't want to create their own business, at least I got a business that they can work under. And it will be love. It won't be out of them being my little slaves because they're adding riches to me. No, fuck no. That's not at all what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And I take all that from my Uncle Ray. My Uncle Ray, he did some wonderful things, and he broke his generational curse. He broke it and became extremely successful. And now what I see him doing is now he's employing his family, he's employing his people, his kids. His kids don't ever have to work for somebody else. Yes, some of them just want to do it and not want to work for him, but that's out of their choice. He will employ his family, his kids, and make sure that his kids know that they can do that too. And he doesn't sugarcoat anything. He doesn't keep his past a secret. And that's how you got to do it. You got to be authentic with people. If you're not authentic with people, then how do you expect people to be authentic with you? And I do that with my kids. My daughter knows about my past, but I tell her straight up, like, you got to learn from your mistakes. Everybody goes through their shit. Everybody does. I'm not saying my life is worse than somebody else's, not at all, not even a bit. But I'm saying that, man, I went through my shit. I'm still pushing forward and understanding that there's still another way. There's still another way that you shouldn't live in your past, that you can't live in your past. Yeah, your past is what got you to where you are today, but it shouldn't determine on where you headed tomorrow. Remember that, understand that, and keep that in your head, and understand that we're all destined for greatness, every single one of us. Now, one person can say that they can't be successful because I come from a poor family. I can't be successful because I didn't finish school. I can't be successful because I barely even know how to read. Fuck all of those thoughts. Sorry, excuse my language, but for real, F all of that. F all of that, because that's just your ego playing tricks on you. There's a greater plan for all of us, and we all got to understand that. We all got to come to our senses and do it for these kids, man. We want to be able to, these kids are the future. We can't keep letting it seem like the government or like these jobs are here to stay forever. And it's like, it's not at all true. It's like it shows right now what's going on is that all of this shit is obsolete. All of it. Yeah, there are people still working, don't get me wrong, but I mean the little people, man, like even me, the little people, they're out of a job. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that never got that little push, like, hey man, you could do this, hey, you can do that with yourself, hey, you can make it out no matter what. Those are the people that never got that. But man, I'm here to say, dog, anyone can do it. Anyone can, and we got to show these kids that they can do it too, man. Because we don't want these children to be lost. We do not. Like, you don't want it to. I know damn sure I don't want it to. But we all got to come to our senses and understand that, dude, these kids are the ones that are really looking up to us. Every single one of them. It doesn't matter how old they are, man. If they love you and they're running up to you, they're going to follow everything you do. Everything. Get that right. And get it to the point where you understand that, man, these kids deserve better. They do. They do. They really do. And we deserve better. You deserve better. You know? Let's all come to our senses and realize, like, man, no matter what's going on in this world, we got this shit. We got this. Write down your goals and visualize it, man. Believe it. Believe that you can achieve and you will receive. You got to plant the seed. You got to plant the seed in order for it to grow. It won't grow if you don't plant it. If you just keep it on the windowsill without water or any dirt or anything, any soil, it ain't going to grow. Come on, man. Plant that damn seed in your brain. Get that right, man. Keep feeding it. Keep feeding it the knowledge. Keep feeding it. Because the more you feed it, the more you show these little ones that they can do it too. Come on, man. Let's all come together and realize that. Come to your senses. Come to your senses. Like I said, I ain't nobody perfect. I ain't nobody perfect. I have my ups and downs a lot, you know. But I'll definitely tell you that there's still a way. There's still a way, and we all gotta come together and understand that we can build a better world rather than this whole little follow the leader world. Let's become our own leaders. Show these kids that they could be a leader themselves too. That they don't have to follow. They don't have to follow what these higher ups playing God are saying to us. You know, we don't gotta live like that. We don't have to. They make you feel like you got no choice. We have all the choices. We are our own choice. When we wake up, they ain't waking us up. God's waking us up. Waking us up because we have something to give. We have something to give, but we're not giving it. We're not giving it because we're letting some other people take it. Man, show these kids that they're strong enough to do it on their damn own by doing it on your own. Let's get it, man. Come on, 2020, man. That's that vision. Come on, that's that perfect vision. Let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Come on. Peace out. I'll let y'all go with that one.